got some shit I want to talk about. And I'm also kind of bored. I'm stuck at home. I'm bored. I am bored. I am bored, I am bored, I am bored, I am bored. I'm gonna start off with this because I was watching this.
This was game enough.
Duckers, well,
To come on tonight. We appreciate that. He joins us now. Senator, thanks so much for coming on. So I guess what I mean, there are a lot of dumb people in the Congress. You're not one of them. You're smarter than I am. And you never use words carelessly. And yet you called this a terror attack when by no definition was it a terror attack. That's a lie. You told that lie on purpose, and I'm wondering why you did.
he only used that phrase just to try to get the independents to vote for him. Because, like, I think Ted Cruz was considered running for president again. And, like, that January 6th shit, like, kind of, like, swayed the independents away from him. So, he's trying to get it back. That's really all he said that for. That's really the only goddamn reason he said it. I'll be honest with you. That's really the only reason he said it. But anyways,
Well,
that kind of shocked me to see him say that, to be honest with you. I didn't think he'll say something like that, but whatever.
Tucker, thank you for having me
So
on. When you aired your episode last night, I sent you a text shortly thereafter and said...
Actually, that makes me more likely to vote for him. That means he ain't some fucking nut job. So I actually find in my head that he's kind of retarded. Kind of like Trump. You know how I go off with Trump with all the election fraud stuff? Like, it made me more likely to vote for him in that way. Maybe, which I probably would have anyways, because we gotta get these Democrats out of power. I'll vote for probably almost anybody, except a few people. But yeah,
Listen, I'd like to go on because the way I phrase things
can you hear me? Yep, can. Okay.
yesterday, it was sloppy and it was frankly dumb. And,
I don't buy that. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't buy that. Look, I've known you a long time, since before you went to the Senate. You were a Supreme Court contender. You take words as seriously as any man who's ever served in the Senate. And every word, you repeated that phrase. I do not believe that you used that accidentally.
That true?
So, Tucker, as a result of my sloppy phrasing, it's caused a lot of people to misunderstand what I meant. Let me tell you what I meant to say. What I was referring to are the limited number of people who engaged in violent...
Lag. God damn. What's up with the lag? God.
attacks
right,
against police officers. Now, I think you and I both agree that if you assault a police officer, you should go to jail. That's
Absolutely.
what I was talking about, and the reason the
I've always said that because a lot of them actually were assaulting police. I've seen that
hundreds of times. I've drawn a distinction. I wasn't saying that the thousands of peaceful
still a 9/11 Pearl Harbor event, though.
Trump are somehow terrorists. I wasn't saying the millions of patriots across the country supporting President Trump are terrorists, and that's
first off, wait a minute. They're not terrorists. The people that broke into the Capitol are not terrorists. They're trespassers. That's kind of what they are. And some of them, I don't know their intentions, to be honest with you. Like, a lot of them were like trying to break into barricades. Like, I really don't know their intentions, to be honest with you. But, you know, trespassers whose intentions have not yet been known. Well, is that true? I guess it's true. Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people have misunderstood that comment.
Wait a second, but but hold on. What you just said doesn't make sense. So if somebody assaults a cop, he should be charged and go to jail.
I mean, if you break into someone's house, I mean, that's kind of what happens when you, like, if you break into someone's house, that's self-defense, right? In a lot of cases. I've been studying on that lately. First off, I would never probably shoot someone who broke into my house. I'd probably just threaten them because I don't want to have that guilt on me. Even if they are a bad person, I don't want to have the guilt of killing somebody. Not to sleep with that, live with that. I don't want to live with that. So, but in a lot of cases, I think that's legal. Yeah, it's legal in a lot of cases. So, I mean, in the Ashley Babbitt way, I mean, I don't know. If I had the same reaction to Ashley Babbitt if it was a Black Lives Matter thing, like, which the liberals, if that was a black person, they would have been going off. You know they would have because they're fucking hypocrites. But I feel like somebody should have stepped in Ashley Babbitt's like life and tell her, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that's the question with that really doesn't, like, I really haven't got an answer. Like, why the fuck would you let your family member or somebody just like break into the Capitol building? That shit's fucking stupid. Oh god. If I was seriously thinking about breaking into the Capitol building, like I got these plane tickets to Washington D.C., I'm about to go in there and I'm about to break shit. People in this house will think I'm fucking dumb, and they will probably fucking put me in a mental institution, which they should. I mean, good God. But let's continue. Wait, man. I don't know. I don't think the cop. I watched an interview with the cop who shot Ashley Babbitt. You can tell he did not want to shoot her at all. He just didn't have a choice. He didn't want to fucking shoot her. Like the guy was in tears, and I felt bad for him, to be honest with you. Like, his intentions were not killing Trump supporters. Like, that guy is like somebody, is like a Secret Service agent, I think, who like used to like he actually said he had protected Trump before and shit. Like, that cop is not he was just doing his fucking job, but you want him, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he used too much force, who knows. But
couldn't agree more. We have said that for years.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
But that person's still not a terrorist. How many people have been charged with terrorism?
I don't want to see anyone get shot, by
on
the way.
January 6th. Like, why'd you use that word? You're playing into the other side's characterization that, as Joe Kent just explained, allows them to define an entire population as foreign combatants. And you know that. So why'd you do it?
So, Tucker, let me answer you directly.
Foreign combatants.
The reason I use that word for a decade, I have referred to people who violently assault police officers.
What is Tucker talk? I'm not saying that, but well, whatever. I don't know.
Terrorists. I've done so over and over and over again. If you look at all the assaults we've seen across the country, who violently assault, the reason I use that word for it
as foreign combatants, and you know that. So why'd you do it?
He didn't
So,
say
Tucker,
it was foreign combatants. He didn't say that.
The reason I use that word for a decade, I have referred to people who violently assault police officers as terrorists. I've done so over and over and over again. If you look at all the assaults we've seen across the country, I've called that terrorism over and over again. That being said, Tucker, I agree with you. It was a mistake to say that.
That's the thing. He's actually, at least he's being consistent. You gotta give Ted Cruz, you gotta give him, like, Lindsey Graham had the same, like, said the same stuff before. Like, he has this, they have the same reaction, not based on political ideology, as we see with the left and Joe Biden. As I said earlier today. That's what they're fucking doing. At least Ted Cruz ain't fucking doing it. So shout out to Ted Cruz for that.
Yesterday, and the reason is what you just said.
But then again, he does it with other stuff. Don't get me wrong, he does it with other stuff.
Which is, we've now had a year of Democrats in the media twisting words and trying to say that all of us are terrorists. Trying to say, you're a terrorist, I'm a terrorist. And so, look, I don't like people who assault cops. And I stand up and defend cops.
I agree with him. Right there.
The reason I use that word is that's the word I've always used for people that violently attack cops. But in this context, I get why people were angry, because we've had a year of the corrupt corporate media and Democrats claiming anyone who objected to the election fraud. And by the way, remember what was happening during those protests?
Can I just ask, hold on, you work in this, I guess I just don't believe you. And I mean that with respect.
Thank God Tucker cut him off. I don't think listening to it.
For your acuity and your precision, and I've seen it on display. I've covered you as
Ted Cruz. I mean, Tucker Carlson's the same person, by the way, but
you have
that's
sat
the reason
there
they
for
cut him
a
off.
year and watched people use language to distort the events of that day, intentionally. Insurrection, coup,
and of course,
Insurrection.
Saying it's an insurrection is a political term. It's a lie. I've repeatedly denounced it.
What is the definition of insurrection? We look it up real quick. See if it explains it, because I doubt it. Insurrection.
Here's the definition of insurrection. A violent uprising against an authority or government.
I don't think that's the actual term. That's not... No, I don't think that's the actual term. What kind of violence are we talking about here? Are we talking about, like, assault or murder? That's the question I have with the definition of insurrection. God, I'm scrolling down. These retards actually believe that the government was at stake on January. They're fucking retarded. Like, when you read stuff and you just gotta understand how fucking stupid it is. Like, you're fucking dumb. There's more to our government than just the fucking Capitol building, you fucking retard. Good God. The military, the White House, all of it. You're fucking stupid. The governors, stupid. Not to mention how Trump wasn't even fucking... God, they're stupid. These people actually would believe that, like, the Capitol building blew up, like, these military people beside with Trump or something. No, they would not. If anything, they'll throw his ass out of there. So stupid. Even that's kind of stupid. Trump was not... Like, Trump fucking sent federal agents and, like, the National Guard on January 6th. Like, these people, like, they try to, like, discredit that, but it's the truth. Like, Trump sent federal agents and, National Guard to the fucking Capitol building. What kind of violence are we talking about here? Uprising... A violent uprising against the authority or government. What violence? Even if it is an insurrection, ain't like burning down a police station a form of insurrection too? If not a worse form of insurrection, you're literally burning down a police station. Ain't the police part of the government too? I mean, I guess they are. I mean, it's a form of authority, yeah. Alright, let's continue.
And when it comes to, look, I was focusing on what I normally say. That what you aired was a little 15-second snippet. What I normally say is violence is wrong, peaceful protest is right. If you engage in violence, you should be prosecuted. If you're speaking, you have a right to speak. I say that all the time.
Well, I meant, and I agree.
In that snippet.
So who's Ray Epps, by the way, since you are a senator? Like, he and this other guy are clearly encouraging the crowd to commit crimes. Neither one has been arrested or charged. What is that, do you think?
So I think that is a very good question. I don't know who Ray Epps is. I've seen that video multiple times. It's disturbing. He's clearly urging the crowd to violate the law. When you see the crowd start chanting, Fed, 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 for him to appear on the FBI...
I see these liberals are trying to, like...
It certainly
this one bitch was like saying, oh, if you believe this, you're stupid. I'm like, bitch, you haven't reviewed 1 second of evidence. How the fuck can you call someone stupid for saying stuff and you didn't even review the evidence for? Because it's against your precious agenda. How? Not only have feds, like, instigated the January 6th riots or whatever, they instigated the BLM riots too. January 6th was a riot, I think, but whatever. They instigated the BLM riots too. They instigate all this shit. The feds are every fucking where. If you don't believe that the feds like instigate shit in this country, you're fucking stupid.
Yes, he was.
The feds instigate every fucking thing. If you haven't noticed,
working for the FBI. That's not conclusive, but that's the obvious implication. And the Attorney General and the Department of Justice won't answer the question. Tucker, I can tell you, I joined with a number of other senators trying to get the Biden DOJ to answer the question, why so many January 6th prisoners are in solitary confinement, why they're being treated so much worse than the Antifa rioters and the people who committed firebombing and a year of riots across the country. And this Biden DOJ...
Let me look up definition of riot. Riot's definition. No. Riot's definition.
Here's the definition of riot. A violent disturbance of the peace by a crowd.
What kind of violence are you talking about here? Okay, I think it tells me. Yeah, I guess that's a riot. January 6th was a riot, whatever. I always call them rioters because they were.
Won't go after them. But let me also make a quick point, Tucker. Remember, while thousands of people were standing up to defend this country on January 6th, at that exact moment, I was standing on the Senate floor objecting to the election results, demanding that we impanel election commission to consider evidence of voter fraud, and I brought together 11 senators to join me in supporting getting to the bottom of that. So of course it would.
Ted, you know damn well there ain't enough evidence to overturn the election. Stop. Good God, Ted. Just stop. Please just stop. God damn. Can y'all just focus on trying to get this motherfucker out of power for the next election instead of the last one, please? Like, I want this motherfucker to be voted out of office with a fucking Republican, but y'all just can't get a grip. You can't get a grip. Just stop. I want this motherfucker out of power. Stop.
It would be ridiculous for me to be saying that the people standing up and protesting to follow the law were somehow terrorists. I would.
Breaking into fucking breaking into the Capitol building is not protesting, Ted. Stop. Stop.
I was talking about people who commit violence against cops, and you and I both agree, if you commit violence against cops, you should go to jail.
Yeah, but you're not a terrorist. You know, you're not. You're a guy who assaulted a cop. Okay, so there's a.
See if Tucker's right here. Definition of terrorist.
Here's the definition of terrorist. A person who uses unlawful violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political aims.
What kind of violence? I really think these Google definitions are changed to fit a liberal agenda. I really believe that. I need a different website to look this shit up. Because even right here it says insurrection and shit. They put that in there for a fucking reason. Is assaulting somebody a fucking make you a terrorist? I doubt it. No, I doubt it. Don't know. I don't give a I don't know who's right here. Okay, here's a better definition. Terrorism is a synonym use of terror, especially the means of whatever that word is. How to use terrorism in a sentence. Okay, the systematic use of terror, especially as a means of what is that fucking word? Correct.
Terrorism.
I'm just gonna put that in Google Translate, I guess. Force. Okay, that means force, so we're just gonna use force. The systematic use of terror, especially as a means of force. Terror is let me look up the definition of terror now. Definition of terror.
Here's the definition of terror. Extreme fear.
I don't know. Whatever.
There's a legal difference, as you well know, better than I do, since you were actually in the running for the Supreme Court, and there's a moral difference.
That's true. I didn't know that.
Tucker, the reason I use that word is for a decade I've used that word for people that...
Legal definition of terrorism.
Here's a result from the web.
Okay, this might give me a better definition. invoke violent acts against the criminal laws of the United States or any state, or that would be criminal violations if committed within the jurisdiction of the United States or any state. To influence assassination, kidnapping, destruction. I don't know. Domestic terrorists. Okay. Involves acts dangerous to human life that are a violation of criminal laws of the United States or any state. They appear to be intended to intimidate or kill a civil population, to influence the policy of government, or intimidation or correction or whatever. To affect the conduct of a government by mass destruction, assassination, kidnapping. So what Tucker's basically trying to say is that if you assault a cop, that doesn't automatically make you a terrorist. What was their intentions on assaulting that cop? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, really. I really don't. I'm just going to continue the video. I don't know.
Violently assault cops.
I'm leaning towards they were a terrorist, but we're going to continue.
That word all in 2020 for the...
Like, when the BM riots happened, when they were assaulting cops, I felt that way. I probably felt the way it was terrorism, so I think I'd have the same opinion. If you assault a goddamn cop, it's shit, you should be in jail. Okay, we continue.
Antifa and BLM terrorists that assaulted cops and firebombed police cars, but I
innocent cops, by the way. Innocent cops.
Agree. It was a mistake to use the word yesterday because the Democrats and the corporate media have so politicized it. They're trying to paint everyone as a terrorist, and it's a lie. And by the way, I've spoken out vocally against your exchange you just had. They want to paint us as Nazis. Yes,
I know, it's scary.
That is what they're trying to do. And look, I'm the one leading
I
the
lean
fight
towards
in the Senate
Ted, to be honest with you, on this debate.
And it's what I have been doing, it's what I'll continue doing.
Well, I appreciate your coming on tonight. Thank you very much, Senator Ted Cruz of Texas. Thanks.
Whatever. At least the Republicans actually like debate each other.
Senator Cruz was gaming up.
God, fuck off. I'm only gonna read your stupid liberal tweets. Fuck off. Now he's trying to like back down, like, because he feels like the conservatives are less likely to vote for him now. He's like, oh shit, I fucked up. Now he has to go straight back. That's just what a politician does. That's what they all fucking do. I mean, God, whatever. Well, yeah, let's get into this. Let's get into the next thing.
Only 4 cases.
10 on the, what's his name? Tim Pool was not robbed, swatted.
Of them that didn't result in a revolt ridiculous. Or large-scale protest afterwards, and they actually.
One thing about swatting is that if you're actually like doing YouTube and you gain a following, and not really, even if you have a very small following, you should like inform the police what you're doing, because they're less likely to break into your fucking house with assault rifles and detain you, and then you have to explain how you were swatted. But you have an assault rifle to your head and handcuffed. So that's not an experience you want to go through. So yeah, that's what all these YouTubers do. Like let your local police authorities know that you are a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer or a troller or whatever the fuck. That you're in the public eye, and you do, especially if you do live streams.
Announced a number of times.
Yeah, the cops just walked in.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Should we? Yeah, that's. I was looking at my notes and I was like,
did somebody swat you?
Yep, somebody swatted us.
Did they really?
Yep, somebody swatted us. So that's
How do you know? How do you know?
I had somebody texting me.
I could never imagine.
So Tim's gonna
wow.
take care of
So,
this.
yeah, just a police officer
Just stroll
entered
it in.
here, looked around.
I could never imagine like fucking calling 911, knowing how it will end for me, filing a false police report. I would never. I could never imagine fucking doing that. I mean, who the fuck is stupid enough to do something that dumb? And honestly, like, swatting's like a form of like social. Makes you being a SWAT is like a form of like makes you like a form of a sociopath. Seriously, like you're kind of like a fucking. It's like a form of fucking like sociopath for behavior. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Report was made that 2 people had been shot and killed, and that the gunman was threatening to hurt themselves. They didn't send a SWAT team. It was just a couple of officers. I don't want to drag them or be mean to them because they were polite. But I'm not happy with the idea that they're walking into our studio while we are live. They're walking around. Cop immediately, I walked out of the room. He immediately came up and said, I'm really, really sorry about this. We're not trying to, screw with you or ruin what you're doing. Here's what happened. We got a call. 2 people had been shot and killed, and a person was going to be killing themselves. We have to check it out and make sure everything's okay. We're going to be doing a sweep once we figure it out. And I'm just like, come back with a warrant. But I don't know who let.
When cops are investigating, at least in this state that I live in, and when cops are investigating like a violent crime, a serious crime, they don't need a warrant to break into your fucking house. They can really do that, whatever. That's the problem with swatting, like. And honestly, I think cops probably should have that fucking, when you're investigating drugs, that's different. But, like, well, I don't know. I mean, like, some crimes, like, some things you shouldn't, like, break into someone's house for. But, like, kidnapping and murder, rape, all that stuff, I think you should be able to have a exemption to the warrant system. But these people that falsely, like, file police reports are fucking ridiculous. I don't even know if making these punishments more serious would stop them. Like, a lot of people used to say that back in the day, but I don't think it would. It's just sociopaths. They don't give a fuck. When you're a fucking sociopath, you don't give a shit. God. Let's see what else. See. Oh God.
What is going on? What is going on? I need everybody to come on in. Everybody come on in. Everybody come on in. I'm about to go smooth off on Kamala Harris. Oh, I'm about to go off on her. I am about to go off on Kamala Harris. This woman is straight up dumb. Straight up ignorant.
It's the same thing I said.
Let me wait for some folks to come on in. I can't believe this woman.
Fucking stupid. I actually went and looked up the video. That bitch is fucking dumb, bro. She was like talking about like it literally was like 9/11. Her life was at jeopardy. I'm like, that bitch is fucking stupid. I was like, God damn, bro. This is the first female vice president, really? She's dumb as a fucking rock. Oh, God. God damn.
Okay, I see we got some folks coming in. This is absolutely.
The thing with me is when I start my streams, I don't have no one to wait for because I'm really talking to myself here.
Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, we got some folks in the house. So people, excuse my language, okay? Excuse my language today. I'm about to use some language that I normally don't use, okay? I'm not keeping it clean. I'm not holding back, okay? So if you don't want to hear any bad language,
through the
I need you to tune out, okay?
And then
because
a moment later, they were inside
I'm
the
about to
Capitol.
say what.
She sounds like a 12-year-old girl, bro. I've said that like with the Charmaine thing. She sounds Like, word for word, like what a 12-year-old would say. She has the brain of a 12-year-old fucking girl, and it's embarrassing.
It's on my mind, okay? This video is not gonna be PG-13. So if you got kids watching,
she was talking about like they were like had assault rifle. They broke into the barricade and they're about to start shooting people. I'm like, bitch. They were armed with fucking cell phones. That's really the fucking only thing they had in their hands. Good God, shut up.
PG-13 at all. I got a lot to say about this woman and Joe Biden and all this January the 6th bull crap.
The thing is with Joe Biden, even he wasn't dumb enough to say that because he know he fucking wanted to. He just didn't say it because he knows how stupid it would look.
So I'm giving everybody some time right now to send the kids to the other room because Terrence K. Williams is about to say some things that are not PG-13. It's not PG-13, okay? So first of all, Kamala Harris, you don't need to be the vice president of the United States of America. You need to be a vice president of a strip club. That's where you belong. You belong in a strip club, not at the White House. So this dumb woman, this ignorant woman who don't know if she's black or Indian, okay, because she can't make up her mind. She can't make up her mind. She had the nerves to compare January the 6th to 9/11? Excuse my language, but are you fucking crazy? Excuse my language, people, but that pissed me off. This woman compared January the 6th to 9/11 in Pearl Harbor?
That's the exact reaction you need to have in something that fucking stupid. Seriously. Like if I was in the room, that's exactly what I was saying. Are you?
Come on, Kamala Harris.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch that fucking speech. I can't. It's fucking a bunch of lying bullshit. I can't do it. Like I thought about reacting to it, but I just fucking can't do it. I can't.
You gotta be out your mind. Listen, people. They want to bring up January the 6th, but they don't want to bring up the George Floyd riots when people were burning down police stations.
Thank you.
When people were rioting and looting, burning down small businesses. Oh, they didn't have nothing to say about that. They didn't have nothing to say about people burning down a police station in Minneapolis. Now that right there, what do you call that? What do you call that? They were burning down Walmart, burning down all these companies, burning down small businesses, burning down people's livelihoods. And a bunch of innocent people were shot and killed during the George Floyd protests. Riots, I mean. And they didn't have nothing to say about that. But they want to go on and on and on about January the 6th. But how dare Kamala Harris compare 9/11? How dare she compare January the 6th to 9/11 and then compare it to Pearl Harbor? People been saying a lot of this F Joe Biden. Excuse my language, okay? But I'm gonna change it up a little bit. They want to say F Joe Biden. Well, I say F Kamala Harris. That's what I say. That's what I say. They keep pushing this fake narrative. They keep pushing all this bull crap. It's bull crap. This White House, this administration is a joke. This administration, she should be the VP of a strip club, not of the White House. They are the real terrorists. These Democrats were raising money to bail out people who were rioting.
Yeah, that's another thing. They were doing that.
These people were raising these Democrats were raising money to bail out people who were rioting.
It's a joke.
They are the real terrorists. These people who burned down buildings, who were looting and rioting and killing innocent people, they killed a former cop, police officer, David Dorn. They murdered a former captain. Then Ashley Babbitt was murdered on January the 6th.
No,
but they don't want to say nothing about that. And she wasn't even armed. She didn't even have a gun. She didn't even have a gun.
Doesn't matter if you have a gun. If you break into Area 51, no gun, just running. Remember they were talking about that back in like 2019? They were talking about they going to break into Area 51. Oh my God, that would have happened. It would have been. That would have been embarrassing because like we really seen a bunch of people gunned down because they would not let them in that building. But if I would have run into Area 51, no gun, just running in, trying to get in, I'm gonna get fucking sniped. Stop. Ashley Babbitt fucking knew that. She's a former Marine, for God's sake. She knew damn well if she broke into that Capitol building, her life would be at risk. So, I mean, and her family should have fucking did something because she's out of her goddamn mind. She knew that and did it anyway, so.
So, miss me with all this January the 6th Capitol bull crap until you are ready to talk about what happened during the George Floyd protests. Until you are ready to talk about them burning down police stations, don't talk to me about January the 6th. If you want to, until you are ready to talk about all the rioting and the looting, don't talk to me about January the 6th.
Thank you. God, thank you. They still go around acting like that was peaceful protest. I remember those retards a couple months ago were trying to like say that the fucking that where the riot cow run house that was a peaceful protest. I'm like, are you fucking dumb? The fuck is this?
What's up? Can a low come up in your crib?
Man, fuck you, man. My kids up in there. I don't want your ass up in my house, nigga.
Oh, nigga, don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Kids love me more than they love you. Maybe got rid of
being
those
so
uptight in the upper lip.
What the fuck?
You gonna have some harmony in your house.
They're really creative with these fucking moves. Good God.
Stop fucking with that brain. Get no funky ass cum bucket. Nigga fuck around and get pink eye. Cause you's a dirty ass B-I-E-Z.
What?
Fuck.
Nigga.
What?
Nigga. Cause you's a dirty ass B-I-E-Z.
What the fuck was that? I still haven't played that fucking mod yet because I can't afford the goddamn shark card to buy the shit. It's a joke. And I shouldn't even buy it either. It's fucking stupid. Fucking Rockstar really just put that like this reinitiate that meme. They know what they're doing. Oh god. The whole Jack Murphy thing, like I've read into that Jack Murphy shit, like what he said, like that motherfucker is disgusting. Seriously. Like he was talking about like children in a way that I'm not gonna fucking repeat. It was fucking disgusting. Should I react to Joe Biden's speech? I don't want to. God damn. Let's see what this is about.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Let's see what this guy says. So, what is he? 53 Republican, 47 Democrat. What is that? Senate or Congress. I do believe the Republicans are going to win some form of government in the midterms. This guy thinks they're going to do a full sweep, I guess. What the fuck knows? If they do, I'm gonna laugh my fucking ass off. That means many people really don't like that Joe Biden motherfucker. Watch him do a full sweep. Watch him like take Congress in the Senate. There's gonna be a fucking meltdown on Twitter. I'm just gonna fucking laugh out. The way these people were talking after the 2020 election, just wait till the next election where the Republican wins, the Republican president wins. I'm gonna rub it in their face worse than I did it 4 years ago. I swear to God, or 5 years ago at this point. I'm gonna rub it in their face harder than I ever fucking did. So you better get fucking ready. Stop rubbing it in. I'm rubbing it in 10 times harder than I did last time, so you get ready. The difference is I'm not going to be fucking saying cope, because that's the stupidest goddamn word I've ever seen. Like, seriously, we're talking about people's lives, and you're talking about cope. Shut the fuck up. You're fucking stupid. You should want to have the better candidate. You should not want to just have a candidate win so you can rub it in someone's face. That's fucking stupid. That's just stupid. What did DeSantis say? DeSantis said something about the January 6th show. I want to see what he said.
One-year anniversary of the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. You obviously were a U.S. House member. Do you have a comment about that anniversary and you plan to speak together?
So, you know, it's interesting how everything in our society, you know, becomes very politicized. And so today is going to be, I mean, honestly, I'm not going to watch any of it, but you're going to see the DC, New York media. I mean, this is their Christmas, January 6th, okay? They are going to take this and milk this for anything they could to try to be able to smear anyone who ever supported Donald Trump. And I just look back and compare when I was in Congress, what event that we faced was the attempted assassination of Republican members of Congress on the baseball game. I actually was on the field. This guy, who was a big Bernie Sanders guy, was definitely a politically motivated attack.
I remember that. Didn't know he was.
Came up,
I didn't know
pulled his van, and we didn't think.
I didn't know DeSantis was in that group.
Anything of it. We walked out to go to the car, and we came in contact with him. He wanted to know if it was Republicans out there. We get in the car, leave, and then we find out he shoots up a bunch of people. And had you not had the Capitol Police there, you probably would have had a dozen people assassinated. That was like a 1-day, 2-day story. That was not something that the Capitol-based press wanted to talk about. Why? Because it totally undercut their preferred narratives. Yeah, January 6th allows them to.
This guy should be the fucking next president of the United States. That's just reality. This guy right here should be the next president of the United States. We done seen Trump. I want to see DeSantis now.
Create narratives that are negative about people, you know, that supported Donald Trump. Look, if you obstruct a proceeding, all about hold people accountable. If you're rioting, hold accountable. But let's just be clear here. When they try to act like this is something akin to the September 11th attacks, that is an insult to the people who were going into those buildings. And it's an insult to people when you say it's an insurrection and then a year.
To the people going into those buildings. DeSantis, listen to me. Stop. Please stop. I like you, so stop. Stop with the bullshit. You're not supposed to break into the Capitol building. It's against the law. Stop.
A year later, nobody has been charged with that. People are being charged with disrupting proceedings or that. I think it's very important when you say it's an insurrection and then a year later, nobody has been charged with that. People are being charged with disrupting proceedings or that. I think it's very important, the fact that if this is what you said it was, Why are you not charging people? So I think it's going to end up being just a politicized Charlie Foxtrot today. I don't expect anything good to come out of anything that Pelosi and the gang are doing. I don't expect anything from the corporate press to be enlightening. I think it's going to be nauseating, quite frankly, and I'm not going to do it. But I do think that if you have this January 6th committee, why do we not know some of the people who we know were really involved in orchestrating this? They got pulled off the most wanted list. Christopher Wray was asked at the under oath what FBI was involved in that, and he would not answer the question. And so I think that this is something that has really been used for political narrative and posturing purposes. I don't think it's been effective. You know, people here in Florida, they care about inflation, and they care about gas prices and education and crime and all the key issues that are so important. And that's what they talk to me about. But there is an obsession with this amongst the DC, New York journalist class. And again, I think it's because it allows them to spin a narrative that they want to spin. They did not care as much about what happened after 2016 when you had a false Russia collusion conspiracy theory that was put on for years because they were involved when doing it, and how that may have damaged trust in institutions or all that. So I just think that it is what it is, but it's not something that I've been concerned about in my job here.
If anything, like, there's still some parts of Trump that I like. He just can't give up this fucking election fraud horse shit. He can't give it up for his life, so I'm tend to say just don't run Trump. Just don't let him run. Just don't vote. Just don't make him the nominee. But if he could give that up and we have DeSantis as the vice president, that's a perfect combination for me. Like, that's a perfect combo.
Because quite frankly, it's not something that most Floridians have been concerned about. They're concerned about their jobs, education, inflation, gas prices, all those things. And I wish the Congress of the United States would be concerned about those pressing issues as well. Sadly, they're not. They're going to use this to be able to get more TV time. And some of them who are probably the most loud, probably will end up vacationing in Florida at some point as well. Thank you.
That's fun. DeSantis is a good fucking debater. I want to see him debate Joe Biden. I want to see. I've done seen Trump debate Joe Biden, and it didn't go well for Joe Biden. But I want to see Ron DeSantis fucking debate Joe Biden. He would embarrass him, bro. Like, Trump embarrassed Biden, but like in that first debate. But Ron DeSantis will fucking destroy him. He would fucking wreck his shit. I want to see that so goddamn bad. That should. Oh, God. Get so you'll find that phone.
What have I done?
10,000 clone troopers versus 10,000 stormtroopers. 10,000 clone troopers are going to fucking destroy 10,000 stormtroopers because the stormtroopers can't aim for shit and they got bad training in Star Wars canon. So that's what happened there. Like the Empire stormtroopers, they had shit training. Like the First Order stormtroopers had good training, but like the Empires, like they had some pretty fucking shit training. In Star Wars canon. One second. Probably gonna cut this off, so the only last thing we'll talk about is Joe Biden's speech, which I've done talked about it, and I haven't watched it, and I don't want to watch it. I don't know. I don't want to watch that fucking bullshit. Bunch of retarded horse shit. You're probably James ain't the GOAT. Stop it. Ain't the GOAT. Michael Jordan will always be the GOAT of basketball. If the election was held today, Trump would do way better than he did last time. He would do way better, and Joe Biden would get less voters. I'm done for right now, so I'm cutting this off.